All right, so Sister Helen, the last name is Kearney, and we
Yes.
understand that you're related to Bishop Kearney. Tell
Yes.
us, what was the relationship?
Uncle Ray,
Uncle Ray.
my father's youngest brother. And Uncle Ray was, we lived in the same area in Rockaways. He was in Neponset and we lived in Bell Harbor. And we rode our bikes to his house quite regularly.
What kind of guy was Bishop Kearney?
He died when I was in 5th grade, so my memories are of childhood. He was fun. He played with us. He had a very good sense of humor. He would come to our house for dinner. And the other piece that we found out, as a child you don't know these things, he was a canon lawyer. And once I remember going up to his study in his house, and there was this like unabridged book looking like the largest dictionary you ever saw, and it was a code of canon law that he had worked on. And then I had a clue that he was more than fun.
But he actually was never a parish priest.
No, he worked with the diocese and the tribunal, again, working more as a canon lawyer.
He was educated in Rome, which in those days was a pretty big deal.
It was. Actually, he grew up in Nativity Parish in Brooklyn in a large Irish family, and it was through Monsignor Belford, who was pastor of Nativity, that he went to Brooklyn Prep for high school, then on to Holy Cross for college, and right from there he went to study in Rome.
Do you have any idea about where his idea of becoming a priest came from?
I think my father's family was a very strong faith-based Irish Catholic family, and they were very involved in the parish. They went to the parochial school, and I think it was probably through whether Monsignor Belford personally, but just that whole parish involvement.
So I've read a lot about Bishop Kearney in the archives, and I know he was a very bright man, but he was also the youngest man ever ordained as a bishop for our diocese.
That is correct. He was 33 years of age.
That's amazing.
Right. And I was not around at that point, but he, I believe he was raised to the episcopacy in Our Lady of Perpetual Help.
But he also died at a very early age.
He did, yes. He died of a heart attack at dinner one night when he was just 52.
Yeah, 52.
Yeah.
Wow. How does the family remember Bishop Kearney today? Do they talk about him?
Yeah, yes, and even my nieces and nephews did not know him. He married one of my brothers, but he had died after that. He confirmed two of my brothers, but I was to be confirmed the year he died.
Oh,
so I wasn't confirmed by him. And the family stories, are passed on. And we have some memorabilia, and pictures and things of his. So they keep it alive.
And there's a school named for him, staffed by the Sisters of St. Joseph.
Yes, they do.
How did his name get connected to that? Was it through the sisters, or was it?
No, I think it was through the diocese. It was part of that whole expansion of the high schools, the diocesan high schools. And they were named after Bishop Riley, after my uncle, Bishop Kearney, Bishop Ford. So it was really through the diocese that they did that.
Sister Helen, did you ever teach at Bishop Kearney High School?
No, I did. Well, actually, I taught at St. Joseph's College in Brooklyn for many, many years, and we had a bridge program with them. So I went once or twice to teach like a child development course for the high school students, and
But
that was it.
As the president of the congregation, you must go and visit Bishop Kearney High School once in a while.
I certainly do.
Are you introduced as being a blood relative of the bishop?
Yes, and I was saying to you before, when you do that to students, they look at you and it's like you're not supposed to really be alive yet. You're like a dinosaur that has arisen from the swamp. But anyway, they usually don't even make the connection. They'll introduce me as Sister Helen Kearney, and whoever's doing it will say, Kearney, Kearney. And somebody finally gets it,
And Bishop Kearney is not buried with the other bishops. He's not in the Episcopal crypt.
No, he's in Holy Cross Cemetery in his family's plot. Actually, his mother is head-to-head in the cemetery with him.
What do you hope the legacy of Bishop Kearney will be? How do you hope that he's remembered?
Well, from my memory of him and from the stories that were told, I think he really did aspire to excellence. He was an academic and very bright man, but he was a human being, and I think his work with the tribunal, when people are dealing with very delicate and difficult issues, you need a tremendous amount of compassion And I have a feeling maybe his wit was a help too. So I hope that would have an influence.
Thank you very much, Sister Helen.